Welcome to WarTech Lab. In today's video, we're diving deep beneath the ocean's surface to uncover what life is really like inside a nuclear submarine. From surviving crushing depths of over 1,000 feet, to the intense training that pushes sailors to their limits, and the hidden fleet operating in total secrecy. This is the reality of one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Beneath the surface of the ocean, far beyond where sunlight can reach, lies a world few will ever experience. At depths exceeding 1,000 feet, the pressure from the ocean becomes unforgiving, strong enough to crush steel if not engineered to perfection. And yet, this is where submarines operate, silent, invisible, and completely isolated. Inside these vessels, sailors live in a sealed environment where every breath, every movement, and every decision matters. There are no windows, no fresh air, no sense of day or night, just darkness, steel, and the constant awareness that thousands of tons of water surround them at all times. Today, the United States Navy operates a fleet of roughly 70 nuclear-powered submarines, each one designed for a specific mission. Some are built for fast attacks, hunting enemy vessels with speed and precision. Others carry ballistic missiles, forming one of the most powerful nuclear deterrents on Earth. And some are equipped with guided missiles, capable of striking targets from thousands of miles away. These submarines can remain hidden beneath the waves for weeks, even months, without ever surfacing. Their missions are rarely seen, rarely discussed, but always critical. Because beneath the ocean, silence is power. But before anyone earns the right to serve aboard one of these machines, their journey begins on land, at the Naval Submarine School in Groton, Connecticut. Established over a century ago, this is where sailors are transformed into submariners. Here, they learn far more than just how to operate a vessel. They are trained to think under pressure, to act without hesitation, and to survive in an environment where even the smallest mistake can be fatal. From shipboard systems to emergency protocols, every detail is drilled into them, because once they go underwater, there is no room for error and no easy way out. Training doesn't stop at theory. Before ever stepping foot on a real submarine, sailors are pushed through some of the most intense simulations in the military. They prepare for worst-case scenarios: a disabled submarine trapped deep underwater, sudden flooding from a ruptured hull, or fires breaking out in a sealed, oxygen-limited environment. Using specialized equipment, they learn how to escape, how to seal leaks under pressure, and how to navigate through smoke-filled compartments with limited oxygen. But beyond the physical challenge, there's a deeper test: controlling fear. Because in a submarine, panic isn't just dangerous, it's deadly. The moment a submarine leaves the surface, everything changes. Inside the control room, the brain of the vessel, operators begin a carefully orchestrated sequence. Valves open, air is vented, and seawater rushes into massive ballast tanks. Slowly, the submarine loses buoyancy. Then it happens. Two deafening blasts echo through the hull. The diving klaxon. It's a sound every submariner knows and never forgets. Because once it's heard, there's no turning back. The vessel begins its descent into darkness, guided not by wings, but by water flowing across control surfaces, bow planes and stern planes, precisely adjusting its angle beneath the sea. This isn't just movement, it's the crossing point between the surface world and a hidden one below.
Inside a submarine, space isn't just limited, it's engineered with absolute precision. Every section of the vessel serves a critical purpose. At the center lies the control room, where decisions are made in real time. Above it, the sail houses periscopes, communication systems, and sensors, extending the submarine's awareness beyond the waterline. Further inside, the living quarters and galley are tightly integrated with life support systems, keeping the crew alive in an environment that would otherwise be impossible to endure. At the rear, the machinery room hums quietly, powered by a nuclear reactor that can sustain operations for months without refueling. And at the front, the torpedo room, one of the most secure and dangerous areas on board. Every inch of steel, every system is part of a delicate balance. Because out here, failure isn't an option. On a submarine, survival doesn't come from the outside world. It's created entirely from within. There is no fresh air being pulled in from the surface. Instead, advanced oxygen generators continuously produce breathable air, while carbon dioxide scrubbers remove the gases the crew exhales. It's a closed-loop system, carefully maintained, constantly monitored. Water follows the same principle. Through reverse osmosis, seawater is transformed into clean, drinkable fresh water, supplying everything from hydration to cooking, even hygiene. This means the submarine doesn't just travel underwater, it becomes its own self-contained ecosystem. A machine designed to sustain human life, in a place where life shouldn't exist at all. Perhaps the most disorienting part of life underwater is the complete absence of vision. There are no windows, no horizon, no sunlight. When near the surface, retractable masts rise from the sail, equipped with periscopes, radar, and communication systems. For a brief moment, the crew can reconnect with the world above. But once submerged again, everything disappears. Down below, the ocean is pitch black. So instead of sight, submarines rely on sound. Sonar becomes their eyes. It sends out pulses, listens for echoes, and builds a picture of the unseen world. Enemy ships, underwater obstacles, even distant movements, all detected long before they're visible. In this silent environment, what you hear can mean the difference between staying hidden or being found. Deep inside the submarine lies one of its most critical and dangerous sections, the torpedo room. This is where firepower is stored, maintained, and deployed with absolute precision. Massive torpedoes line the walls, each one capable of destroying enemy vessels in seconds. But handling them isn't simple. Crew members rely on heavy-duty systems, rails, dollies, and specialized equipment to carefully move these weapons into position. Every motion is controlled, every step is calculated. Because here, even the smallest mistake could have catastrophic consequences. And modern submarines don't just carry torpedoes anymore. They can deploy unmanned underwater vehicles, silent machines used for razvideka, surveillance, and mine warfare. This isn't just a weapons room, it's a floating arsenal, hidden beneath the ocean. Life inside a submarine forces a reality few people are prepared for. Roughly 130 to 150 sailors live together in an incredibly confined space where every inch is carefully managed. Privacy, as most people know it, simply doesn't exist. Sleeping quarters, called berthings, can range from small shared spaces to larger compartments packed with dozens of crew members. And in some cases, even beds aren't personal. It's called hot racking. One sailor sleeps while another is on duty. Then they switch. The same bed shared between multiple people around the clock. Each sailor gets only a small rack, a narrow bunk with just enough room for a few personal belongings, a fan, and a curtain. That curtain is the only privacy they have. Time itself begins to feel different underwater. There is no sunrise, no sunset, no natural way to tell day from night. Instead,
life is divided into strict 6-hour shifts, over and over again. The submarine never stops operating, not for a moment. While some crew members are working, others are eating, resting, or preparing for their next shift. The cycle continues endlessly, driven by the silent power of nuclear reactors deep within the vessel. But this schedule comes at a cost. Without natural light, the human body struggles to adapt. Sleep patterns break down, fatigue builds, and over time, even the simplest routines become a challenge. In this environment, your body is no longer in control. And yet, even in one of the most extreme environments on Earth, there's one thing that keeps morale alive: food. Submarines are known across the Navy for having some of the best meals at sea. High-calorie dishes are served daily, fueling sailors for the physical and mental demands of their mission. Menus are surprisingly diverse, ranging from comfort food to international cuisine, carefully prepared within the tight confines of the galley. But sometimes, it's the simple things that matter most. A burger, freshly baked cookies, a small reminder of life back on land. Moments like these break the monotony. They bring a sense of normalcy to a place where nothing is normal. Because down here, thousands of feet below the surface, even a single good meal can make all the difference. Inside a submarine, danger doesn't come with warning signs. It happens fast, and it escalates instantly. That's why there is one rule that stands above all others: zero tolerance for failure, especially when it comes to fire. In a sealed, oxygen-controlled environment, even the smallest spark can turn catastrophic within seconds. There's nowhere to escape, nowhere to ventilate. Only immediate action can prevent disaster. Emergency systems like battle lanterns are placed throughout the vessel, ensuring that even in total power loss, crews can still see, still move, and still fight to survive. And every sailor is trained relentlessly for worst-case scenarios, including man-overboard drills, where reaction time can mean the difference between life and death in unforgiving waters. Because down here, there are no second chances. At the top of this high-pressure world stands one person, the commanding officer, responsible for everything: the mission, the ship, and every single life on board. Every decision carries weight. Every order matters. But even in this rigid chain of command, survival isn't just about discipline. It's also about endurance. Crew members carve out small moments to stay mentally grounded. A short workout, a few minutes with a book, a quick game. Simple escapes that help them cope with the intensity of life underwater. Because without these moments, the pressure wouldn't just come from the ocean outside. It would come from within. Some missions push submarines even further, into environments few humans will ever witness: beneath the Arctic ice. Here, submarines operate blindly under massive frozen layers, navigating one of the harshest and most unforgiving regions on Earth. Surfacing isn't simple. It requires breaking through solid ice. And yet, these vessels can remain submerged for months, enduring isolation, pressure, and extreme cold without pause. In fact, some patrols have lasted over 140 days beneath the surface, a testament not just to engineering, but to human endurance. In the end, life inside a submarine can be reduced to a simple but brutal equation: absolute isolation, an unforgiving environment, and technical precision at every level. Combine all of that, and what you get isn't just a crew. It's something stronger: a forced family. Because when 100+ sailors are confined together, cut off from the world, facing constant pressure, both physical and mental. They don't just work together. They rely on each other. They trust each other. And over time, that shared hardship creates a bond that can't be broken. If this hidden world beneath the ocean surprised you, there's a lot more you haven't seen yet, because this is just one of many extreme systems shaping modern military power. Stay with WarTech Lab, and we'll take you even deeper in the next video.